Good evening and welcome to Roswell's Park for Tuesday baseball between your Moose Jaw Miller Express and the Swift Current 57s, sponsored by Culligan, the official water supplier of your Miller Express. A reminder to pick up your programs at the minimum for breaking the wheel ticket window to play RBC World Bank Bingo and win other prizes courtesy of our sponsors. Time now for our Stringham Law starting lineups. First, our umpire crew tonight. We have Brent Chadwick, Barrett Fleck, and Sean Weatherill. Now the lineup for the visiting Swift Current 57s. Leading off, number 23, left fielder Lucas Geisler. Batting second, number 1, shortstop Anthony Hector. Batting third, number 33, third baseman Jake Hiramoto. Batting fourth is number 34, designated hitter Keegan Noller. Batting fifth is number 15, second baseman Malachi Hadamio. My apologies. Hadamio. Batting sixth, number 41, Jake Rogansack. He's playing at first base behind the plate. And batting seventh, number 14, Carson Bussell. Batting eighth is number 16, center fielder Chance Crawford. And batting ninth is number 13, right fielder Keaton Dickey. And their starting pitcher tonight is number 34, Keegan Noller. Now, the starting lineup for your Moose Jaw Miller Express. At shortstop, number 22, Thomas Soto. In center field, number 4, Chris Franks. In right field, number 27, William Edwards. Catching tonight, number 18, Garrett Plummer. At first base, number 32, Brayden Bunnell. In left field, number 9, Casey Phillips. At third base, number 11, Michael Rego. Your designated hitter, number 2, Caden Ransom. At second base, number 13, Ben Wojcik. And your starting pitcher, number 7, Jacob Gleisner. At this time, we would like to recognize Corporal Jerry Howman, who is from the Saskatchewan Dragoons, who is with us tonight, hoisting the Canadian flag at home plate. We ask that you now please rise if you are able and remove your headwear for the singing of our national anthem performed by Abby Hunt.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Great job, Abby.
Thank you very much, Abby Hunt, and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Western Canadian Baseball League action on FloCollege Baseball. This is Rod Peterson, the voice of the Moose Jaw Millers, along with Jenna Moore, and it's Tuesday night baseball at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw as the Moose Jaw Miller Express, 4-4, third place in the Eastern Division, welcome the division rival Swift Current 57s, who come into the game 2-6 on the season, sitting sixth place in the Eastern Division. Beautiful night for baseball here in Canada's most notorious city, and let's set you up with the Visiting Swift Current 57's batting order. Batting first, the left fielder, number 23, Lucas Geisler. Batting second, the shortstop, number 1, Anthony Hector. Batting third, the third baseman, number 33, Jake Hiramoto. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, number 34, Keegan Noller. Batting fifth, the second baseman, number 15, Malachi Jaramillo. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 41, Jake Roggensack. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 14, Carson Bussell. Batting eighth, the center fielder, number 16, Chance Crawford. And batting ninth, the right fielder, number 13, Keaton Dickey. Their starting pitcher tonight is number 34, Keegan Noller. For the Miller Express defensively, Jacob Glazner is the starting pitcher. Behind home plate tonight, it is number 18, Garen Plummer. The first baseman for the Millers tonight is number 32, Braden Bunnell. The second baseman, number 13, Ben Wallachek. The third baseman is Millers newcomer, number 11, Michael Rago. The shortstop is number 22, Thomas Soto. Starting in left field, number 9, Pacey Phillips. Your center fielder tonight is number 4, Chris Franks. And in right field for the Moose Jaw Miller Express, the reigning all-star, number 27, William Edwards. As we get ready for a 7:05 first pitch here at Ross Wells Park in Moose Jaw, it is Miller time. 19 degrees Celsius at opening pitch. That is 66 above Fahrenheit. And the wind is coming out of the northwest at 16 kilometers an hour. Jacob Glazner facing Lucas Geisler to open this game up here at Ross Wells Park in Moose Jaw. And strike one called as Geisler showed a bunt and backed off. Glazner, a veteran Miller out of Apache Junction, Arizona. First, here's a roller towards second. Backhanded stab by Ben Wallachek. Throw over in time, and a tough throw to make by Ben. Cross body for one away. Lucas Geisler, the leadoff hitter, grounds out to second for one away here in the top of the first inning, and that'll bring to the plate the shortstop, number 1, Anthony Hector. He is the Molson Beer batter. If the Millers get him out, it'll be 2 beer for $10 for the rest of the inning. On deck, number 33, Jake Hiramoto. The right-handed hitting Anthony Hector against the lefty Jacob Glazner, and the first pitch caught the outside of the strike zone for strike one. Again, Jacob Glazner is in his second season with the Millers out of Apache Junction, Arizona. Check swing, and he went. Strike two called from the home plate umpire Brent Chadwick. Also in his crew tonight, Barrett Fleck and Sean Wetherill. This one high and outside from Glazner. Ball 1-1-2 is the count. For Glazner, it is his third start of the season. And he goes down swinging 2 away. Anthony Hector strikes out. 2 beer for $10 for the rest of the inning. The beer batter here on this Tuesday night. That'll bring to the plate the third baseman, number 33, Jake Hiramoto. On deck, the designated hitter, Keegan Noller. We will be updating the Stanley Cup final as this game goes along tonight, Game 4. Mostly for our benefit than anything. First pitch swinging high in the air to center. Chris Franks back near the track. He'll make the catch, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Millers. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Soto, Franks, and Edwards up for Moose Jaw. You're watching Western Canadian Baseball League action on FloCollege.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Back at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. 3 up, 3 down inning in the top of the first for the visiting Swift Current 57s. And now the Millers come to the plate in the bottom of the first. Here's their batting order. Batting first, the shortstop, number 22, Thomas Soto. Batting second, the center fielder, number 4, Chris Franks. Batting third, the right fielder, number 27, Will Edwards. Batting cleanup, the catcher, number 18, Garen Plummer. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 32, Braden Bunnell. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 9, Pacey Phillips. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Michael Rago. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 2, Caden Ransom. And batting ninth, the second baseman, number 13, Ben Wallachuk, for the Moose Jaw Miller Express. Tonight, for the Swift Current 57s defensively, Keegan Noller is their starting pitcher tonight, number 34 out of Tecumseh, Ontario. Thomas Soto will lead things off for the Millers here in the bottom of the first inning. Also for Swift Current defensively, the catcher is Carson Bussell. The first baseman is Jake Roggensack. The second baseman, Malachi Jaramillo. The third baseman, Jake Hiromoto. The shortstop is Anthony Hector. The left fielder, Lucas Geisler. First pitch outside for ball 1. The center fielder is Chance Crawford. And the right fielder, Keaton Dickey. Head coach of the 57s is Jared Franklin. Assistant coaches Devin Sawyer and Austin Dickens. Here's a roller, a one-hopper back to the mound. Noller, the underhanded toss to first for one away. Thomas Soto grounds out to the pitcher to lead it off here in the bottom of the first inning. And that'll bring to the plate the center fielder, Chris Franks, for the Millers with Will Edwards on deck. Chris Franks batting .346 on the season. That has him 5th best in the Miller lineup. He's appeared in all 8 Miller games so far this season. The center fielder, Chris Franks, at the plate, takes the first pitch in for strike 1, called 0-1. Franks batting .346. A team leading 12 RBI. Curveball catches the outside corner for strike 2, called 0-2. And his 6 walks drawn are second only to Will Edwards, 7. He's in a tie. Pacey Phillips, Franks, and Soto have all drawn 6 walks. Outside for ball 1, 1-2 the count here on Chris Franks. First-year Miller from Wooster, Ohio. This one inside at the knees, 2-2. Wouldn't you know it, Jen, I was watching Dateline the other night, and the crime was committed in Wooster, Ohio. I'm like, I know a guy from there. Funny the things that's dug up from WCBL backgrounds. This one hit in the air to right center. Hit well, back to the wall, and gone! Chris Franks connects with a solo shot, his second home run of his rookie Miller campaign, and Moose Jaw is on the board. 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning.
Number 27, William.
Well, that brings them off their hands here at Roswell's. Chris Franks' second home run of the season to deep right center field. And the Millers have a 1-0 lead here. Will Edwards, the right fielder, comes to the plate with Garen Plummer on deck. Takes the first pitch in for low, ball 1, 1-0 on Will Edwards. Will Edwards, another who's appeared in all 8 games for Moose Jaw this season. This tonight is game number 9. Strike one called off the inside corner. 1-1 here on Will Edwards. Will batting .281 on this season. Well outside with this one, 2-1. From the University of Sioux Falls, and a howdy to the Edwards clan watching on FloCollege baseball, as they always do, down in Australia. This one, a roller foul down the third base line. 2-2 the count on the big Aussie, William Edwards, one of 6 Miller's All-Stars last season. 2-2 the count. Keegan Noller on the mound here for Swift Current. The 2-2, and here is a roller down the third base line. And not in time with the throw, Hiramoto. William Edwards is aboard with a single, and with the Millers up 1-0 and 1 away, that'll bring to the plate the catcher, number 18, Garen Plummer. Chris Franks with the solo home run here in this bottom of the first inning has given Moose Jaw the 1-0 lead. Garen Plummer, a Millers newcomer behind the plate from Wichita, Kansas. And the first pitch piped for strike one called from Noller. And the pickoff attempt, Will Edwards back safely. This is the first start of the season for Keegan Noller, but his second appearance. He's pitched 1 1/3 inning prior with a 13.50 ERA. Fastball in low for ball one. 1-1 the count here on Garen Plummer. This one fouled on the first base line. 1-2 the count on Plummer, who's appearing in his 4th game as a Miller. Moose Jaw coming back off the fairly successful road trip. Certainly their stint at Medicine Hat was. They won 2 of 3. 4-game road trip opened with a loss up in Saskatoon to the rival Saskatoon Berries last Thursday night. Runner goes, and this pitch gets past the catcher Bussell, and to second base goes Will Edwards. 1 away here in the bottom of the first inning. At the plate, the catcher Garen Plummer. Braden Bunnell, the first baseman, is on deck. I don't think I ever did get to that Stanley Cup final update. 3-1 Carolina leading Vegas after a period in the Fortress. And here's a roller towards second. Up with it, Jaramillo. Throw over in first. But Will Edwards advances. 2 away here in the bottom of the first inning. Garen Plummer grounds out to the second baseman. Braden Bunnell, the first baseman, number 32, comes to the plate for Moose Jaw from Mandan, North Dakota. Braden Bunnell on deck, the left fielder, Pacey Phillips. 1-0 Millers, bottom of the first inning. Fastball low and away for ball one, 1-0. Millers came home from that road trip in good spirits. They came home in a 3-way tie for second. Now at 4-4, they've dropped to third. But you look at the standings, and it is early, but these wins over Swift Current are ones you got to get. These games against Swift Current are ones you got to get. This one low and inside for ball 2, 2-0. Noller doesn't like the call from the home plate umpire, Brent Chadwick. Cheese. Here's the 2-0. Make that 3-0 as Noller shrugs his shoulders and says, what do I got to do here? Will Bunnell lay off this one? Yeah, because it's high for ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk. And Braden Bunnell is aboard. The Millers have runners on the corners with 2 out in the bottom of the first inning as the left fielder Pacey Phillips comes to the plate here for Moose Jaw. Two out, 2 on with Pacey Phillips, the left fielder, at the plate here. Bottom of the first inning. Curveball is caught the outside edge for strike 1 called. 0-1 here on Pacey Phillips. Pacey's .348 batting average is 4th best on the club. He's appeared in 6 of 8 games for the Millers this season. This one outside for ball 1, 1-1. Millers Baseball brought to you in part by Boston Pizza, Maine and Thatcher. If you're thinking of coming in to catch some Miller baseball games this summer, that should be your first stop. Boston Pizza, Maine and Thatcher. Something always exciting going on there. This one popped up, fouled down the third base line. 2-2 the count on Pacey. Also 54 Dental, Canadian Tire, and the Moose Jaw Warriors 2026-27 season tickets are available now. 1-0 Millers, bottom of the first inning, courtesy of Chris Frank's solo home run earlier this inning. Here's the 2-2 from Noller. And this one is high and outside. Full count on Pacey Phillips. Runner goes, and Pacey Phillips draws the walk, and the bases are loaded here in the bottom of the first inning as Michael Rago, the third baseman, will come to the plate here for the Millers.
Michael Rago. Stoppage in play for Moose Jaw.
Now we got a mound visit for Swift Current. We'll pause a moment. 1-0 Moose Jaw, bottom of the first. This is WCBL action on FloCollege.
Number 11,
Michael Rago, the third baseman, at the plate here for the Moose Jaw Millers. 2 away, and the bases are loaded on the starting pitcher, Keegan Noller. Got a howdy from Kip Ransom, the father of Caden Ransom, the designated hitter tonight, who incidentally is on deck. Kip tuned in tonight from Lincoln, Nebraska, writing us on Twitter, says following along again tonight. Have a good call tonight. Rod, thank you, Kip. Appreciate that. First pitch outside for ball 1, 1-0. All the parents, families, and fans of both teams were welcome to give us a shout on Twitter at Rod Peterson. I'll pass it along to the viewers and enjoy the game together here. 1-0 Millers, bottom of the first. It's a 1-0 count on the third baseman, Michael Rago. Noller kicks and delivers high for ball 2, 2-0. Last game for the Millers was Sunday, a 17-13 win at Medicine Hat. It evened their record at 4-4. Outside for ball 2, 2-1. 17-13 victory at Medicine Hat to close it out on a Sunday matinee. Millers had Monday off. home tonight and then at Swifty on Wednesday. Strike 2 on Rego. Comes to the Millers from Bensonville, Illinois. He's a senior at St. Ambrose University. Here's the 2-2 from Keegan Noller, the Swift Current starting pitcher. And that one is high for ball 3. 3-2, full count. Bases loaded, 2 away. What a moment here. And here's the payoff pitch. Noller looks in. And this one is inside for ball 4. That'll squeeze in William Edwards, and the Millers will go up 2-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. And the bases loaded again. With 2 away. And here we go, Caden Ransom. Here's your guy, Kip, the designated hitter at the plate here for Moose Jaw. 2 out and bases loaded. Moose Jaw now leading 2-0. Caden Ransom has appeared in 4 of the Millers games this year, batting .300 on the season. Outside for ball 1, 1-0. This one fouled back by Caden. 0-2 the count. Big pitch upcoming here from Keegan Noller. Caden Ransom from Lincoln, Nebraska, a teammate of William Edwards at the University of Sioux Falls, where he is a sophomore. 6'2", 210, looking at an 0-2 count here, and the bases loaded. Oh, and strike 3 called, and we got an argument here. Brent Chadwick had initially called time, and then the pitch in came, and Caden wasn't prepared for it. An odd ending to the first inning. It's a called third strike. Caden Ransom goes down looking, and we'll go to the top of the second inning with Moose Jaw leading this one 2-0. This is FloCollege baseball. Top of the second at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. 2-0 Millers lead. Keegan Noller, Malachi Jaramillo, Jake Roggensack due up here for the visiting Swift Current 57. Swing and a miss from Noller. 0-1. He's got to be a little tired. He just got off the mound. And now he's at the plate here for Swift Current, leading it off in the second inning. It was a 3-up, 3-down first for Swift Current. Two cuts from Noller. 0-2 is the count on the Swift Current pitcher. And batter now from Roan State. Here's the 0-2. And here is a chopper foul down the third base line. Michael Rago will scoop that up. 0-2 the count here. Curveball from Glazner, got him swinging, and that's 4 batters retired consecutively for Jacob Glazner. And a second strikeout as Malachi Jaramillo, the second baseman, comes to the plate for Swift Current. Jake Roggensack is on deck. Mentioned the Millers' last game was a 17-13 win at Medicine Hat. Swift Current's last game was a 19-10 loss at Medicine Hat. That came Monday night. It was just a 2-game slate in the WCBL on Monday. This one hit well. It'll get down for a base hit into center as Chris Franks fields it there. And Malachi Jaramillo, the second baseman, is aboard with a single here in the top of the second inning. And the first baseman, Jake Roggensack, comes to the plate here for Swift Current with Carson Bussell, the catcher, on deck. Nice looking curve, cut the outside edge of the strike zone for strike one, called 0-1. Nice movement out of Glazner tonight. Pickoff attempt to first, and back in time is Malachi Jaramillo. Jacob Glazner from Apache Junction, Arizona. A lot of players in this WCBL from the Valley of the Sun. Another pickoff attempt, and back safely is Jaramillo. And a swing and a miss from Roggensack. 0-2 the count. He's tonight's first baseman for Swift Current from Wainwright, Alberta. And movement on this pitch. He lays his bat into it. Soto will catch the lazy fly ball to short for 2 away. Jake Roggensack flies out to the shortstop. And that is 2 away here in the top of the second inning. Carson Bussell, the catcher, comes to the plate. For Swifty, Chance Crawford is on deck. 2-0, Moose Jaw leads here, top of the second inning, 2 away, and a runner on first. The lefty Glazner kicks and delivers. This fouled back for strike one. Inside for ball one, 1-1. New power rankings out in the WCBL. You can always check them out at WCBLbaseball.com. The number 1 team in the WCBL based on the power rankings are the 7-2 Saskatoon Berries. Moose Jaw Miller is in 5th at 4-4 out of the 12-team loop. It's Saskatoon 1, Okotoks 2, Lethbridge 3, Sylvan Lake 4, Moose Jaw 5. Swift Current 57s check in at 10th with their 2-5 record. 2-2 is the count here on Carson Bussell, the catcher. Chance Crawford is on deck. And strike 3 called from home plate umpire Brent Chadwick. And the 57s will leave a runner on. We'll go to the bottom of the second with Moose Jaw leading 2-0. Due up for the Millers, Wallachek, Soto, and Franks. And you're watching WCBL Baseball on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Back at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. 2-0. The Millers are up in this one. There's been a pitching change for Swift Current, and we do not have a name or number of the pitcher, so 3-5. He is not on the roster, so James Gallo is on the scene. Butter, if you're watching, you can text me who's number 35 for the Swift Current 57s. It's not on their roster. But Keegan Knowler's night is done. He pitched 1 complete, gave up 3 runs, struck out 1. Batting order for the Millers here, bottom of the second. Ben Wallachek will lead it off, followed by Thomas Soto and Chris Franks. Check that, 3-0 Millers here. Bottom of the second.
Sam Honky. Thank you.
All right. Sam Honky. Do I have that right? He's not anywhere, says Jenny. He does not exist on the interweb. Sam Honky, number 35, on the mound for the Swift Current 57s, who have a 2-0 lead now here in the bottom of the second inning. This popped up by Wallachek to the first baseman, Roggensack, 1 away. Ben Wallachek flies out to the first baseman to open up the Millers' half of the second. We go to the top of the order. Thomas Soto comes to the plate.
Now pitching for Swift Current, number 35, Sam Honky.
Thomas Soto grounded out to the pitcher in his prior at bat. 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Millers up 2-0. Sam Honky on the mound for hard throwing righty, but Soto gets a hold of this one, laces it into center field for a base hit, and Thomas Soto was aboard here in the bottom of the second inning.
Number 4, Chris.
Millers Baseball brought to you in part by Culligan. They are tonight's game sponsor, by the way, the official water supplier of your Miller Express. Also Tim Hortons and Ottawa Real Estate. The pitcher? How do you spell the last name? Honkke. All right, wild with this pitch is Honky, and around to second is Thomas Soto. Red Deer product, Sam Honky on the mound for the Swift Current 57s here. And this one laced over the head of the second baseman by Chris Franks. Thomas Soto being waved around third, and he'll score. And it's an RBI double for Chris Franks here in the bottom of the second inning. Thomas Soto scores, and the Millers do now go up 3-0 officially in the bottom of the second. That double brought to you by SaskTel SecureTech. Don't let anybody steal home on you. Check out SaskTel SecureTech for the best home security options. Will Edwards, the right fielder, comes to the plate here for Moose Jaw. He singled and scored a run back in the first inning. Fastball from Honky is in for strike one, called 0-1. Regina Red Sox infielder Brady Bye was named the SaskTel Player of the Week for the week. He is the reigning WCBL playoff MVP, by the way. 4 home runs last week alone from Brady Bye nets him SaskTel Player of the Week honors. Back-to-back fastballs. This one inside for ball 1, 1-1. And a swing and a miss from Edwards, 2-1. One away, Chris Franks is at second base. The Worcester, Ohio product. Here's the 1-2. And that one is low and away for ball for 3-2 count. Will Edwards at the plate. Garen Plummer is on deck here for Moose Jaw. And a swing and a miss from Edwards, and down he goes. 2 away here in the bottom of the second inning. And that will bring to the plate Garen Plummer, the catcher, with Braden Bunnell on deck. Plummer grounded out to the second baseman back in the first inning. Checking the out-of-town scoreboard. Saskatoon Berries up 2-0 on the Medicine Hat Mavericks. Top 3. Sylvan Lake out to a 4-1 lead over Lethbridge in the second inning in Sylvan. Okotoks a 1-0 lead over Energy City, bottom of the second, and the Weyburn at Regina game postponed tonight due to rain. This one fouled off by Plummer. 0-1. Foul ball for Elkridge Glass. We know Glass. Call 631-0883. This one low in the dirt, got away from the 57's catcher Bustle, and to third goes Chris Franks, a speedster on the base paths. By the way, if you're coming to a game at Ross Wells, not only can kids return foul baseballs for money, but you can also enter your name for a chance to win a Mad Greek rib and pizza dinner for 20 people at the end of the season. Keep your eye out for that if you happen to get a hold of a foul ball here at Ross Wells Park this season. Runner at third, 2 away for the Millers here in the bottom of the second. Here's a roller towards first. It is foul territory. 1-2 is the count here on the batter. It is the Millers catcher, number 18, Garen Plummer. Braden Bunnell is on deck. 3-0 now, the Millers lead in the second, and the 57s are into their bullpen already. Sam Honky on the mound, Red Deer product here. 2 out and a runner at third. Fastball is fouled back and out of play off Caribou Street. Plummer stays alive at 1-2. Again, a Miller newcomer, but he's a senior at Fairleigh Dickinson University. Garen Plummer out of Wichita. And strike 3 called. Garen Plummer goes down looking, and the Millers will leave one on as we go to the third. Moose Jaw leads it 3-0. And due up for the 57s, Crawford, Dickey, and Geisler. You're watching WCBL action on FloCollege Baseball. Top of the third at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. 3-0 now, the Millers out front of the visiting Swift Current 57s. And here's your batting order for the visitors. Leading it off, the number 8 hitter, center fielder, number 16, Chance Crawford, coming to the plate for the first time. On deck, Keaton Dickey. And then to the top of the order, and Lucas Geisler. Jacob Glazner pitching into the third inning here for the Moose Jaw Miller Express on the mound. Out of Apache Junction, Arizona, a sophomore at St. Edwards. Here's a bunt laid down. Rago up with it, but not in time. And Chance Crawford, the center fielder, is on with a leadoff single here, bunt single here in the top of the third inning. And that'll bring to the plate the right fielder, number 13, Keaton Dickey, with Lucas Geisler on deck. This one fouled off by Dickey for 0-1. Keaton Dickey comes to the WCBL out of Calgary. Plays collegiately at Minnesota State Community and Tech College. He leaned on this one, took strike 2 called. 0-2 the count on Keaton Dickey. Chance Crawford is aboard at first after a bunt single to lead it off here in the top of the third inning. Here's the 0-2, fouled off by Dickey. He's batting .267 on the season. 4th best on this Swift Current roster, Keaton Dickey. Runner goes. Plummer's throw down to second is errant. Runner will stay at second. Chance Crawford is to second with a stolen base. was a strikeout registered on Keaton Dickey for one away. We go to the top of the order. The left fielder, Lucas Geisler, comes to the plate here, the #1 hole hitter for Swift Current. He grounded out to second base to open the game. 3-0 Millers, top three. Curveball from Glazner drops in for strike one, called 0-1. Runner goes. Throw down to third. Safe is the call. Crowd is groaning on the call. Chance Crawford safe at third after the stolen base. One away and a runner at third for Swift Current in their half of the third inning. 1-1 the count here on Lucas Geisler. Foul back 1-2. Geisler batting a lofty .357 on the season. He's appeared in all but one game for the 57s this year. And a swing and a miss, and down he goes. 2 away in the top of the third, and Anthony Hector, the shortstop, will come to the plate here for the 57s in the top of the third inning. Glazner's got his stuff working here tonight on the mound for the Moose Jaw Millers. First pitch swinging, fouled back, 0-1 off the backstop. Anthony Hector at the plate. Jake Hiromuto is on deck. Outside with this offering for 1-1. Strike two called. Don't forget, the All-Star festivities have been moved to Saskatoon this year after many, many years in the beautiful Seaman Stadium in Okotoks, Alberta. All-Star game, home run derby, July 18th and 19th at Next Gen Park in Saskatoon, the Berry Patch, July 18th and 19th, as we anxiously await the All-Star announcements, but it won't be for a while yet. We're only a couple of weeks into the regular season. This one got away from Glazner, high and outside for ball 2, 2-2. Roughly, usually around 6 players per team named to the All-Star game, and it's always a lot of fun. Always played before sellout crowds. 2-2 the count on Anthony Hector. Here's a roller towards short. Took a hop on Rago. It'll score a run. Chance Crawford comes across. It is a single for Anthony Hector. And the 57s are on the board. 3-1 now. Moose Jaw leads in the top of the third as Jake Hiromoto, the third baseman, comes to the plate for the visiting Swift Current 57s. He flied out to the center fielder back in the first inning. Keegan Noller, the DH, is on deck. First pitch swinging, strike one on Hiromoto, 0-1. Jake Hiromoto from Mililani, Hawaii, plays at the University of San Francisco. And here's a roller down towards third, and that took a funny hop on Rago. The old Ross Wells infield has claimed Rago twice here. Hiromoto is aboard with a single in this top of the third. Anthony Hector over to second. And now with 2 out and 2 on, the designated hitter Keegan Noller comes to the plate here for the Swift Current 57s. 57s in their bright orange uniforms. I do really love these colors, reminiscent of the Miami Hurricanes, my hometown team. All right. Glazner looks in for the sign. 2 on, 2 out, top of the third. Lefty delivers. This swung on and hit high and deep. Back, and gone. A 3-run homer by Keegan Noller, and the Swift Current 57s have taken the lead with one swing of the bat. Just heard it out of the 57's dugout. Somebody said that's our starting pitcher. Keegan Noller getting it done offensively, not defensively. His 4th home run of the season ties him with the team lead with Jake Hiramoto. Keegan Noller, a 3-run blast here in the top of the third inning. Clears the bases and brings to the plate the second baseman Malachi Jaramillo. (3-3) Vegas, Carolina, late second period in the Stanley Cup Final, Game 4, as we keep tabs on that one. A swing and a miss from Jaramillo. 1-2 the count on the second baseman, who singled back in the second inning. Curveball is inside and low at the ankles for ball 2, 2-2. Jaramillo batting .190 on the season. He's appeared in 7 of the 57 games this season. This one outside. Fastball. Ball 3, 3-2. And this one swung on and hit deep. Back. Toward the track goes Chris Franks. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. Malachi Jaramillo flies out to the center fielder, but the 57s put 4 on the board, and they take the lead 4-3 into the bottom of the third inning. Bunnell, Phillips, and Rago due up for the Millers. This is WCBL action on FloCollege Baseball.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Bottom of the third at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. Beautiful night it's turned into here. Lights not on yet, but I got to think they will be soon. Batting order for the Millers: Bunnell, Phillips, and Rago, as the 57s take a 4-3 lead into the bottom of the third. 19 degrees Celsius, 66 Fahrenheit at game time, and cloudy. Wind northwest 16 kilometers an hour. And just like that, the lights come on here at Roswell's Park. Moose Jaw, one of Canada's most historic ballparks. First pitch swinging by Benelli, fouls it back and out of play, 0-1. This one swung on, hit a liner-ish towards second and towards center field. And the liner caught in center field by Crawford. Pacey Phillips comes to the plate. Pacey Phillips out of Robert Sask. Second at bat for Pacey here tonight. Takes the first pitch in for strike one, called 0-1. What did Pacey do first time up? Thank you. Pacey walked back in the first inning, his only other at bat. One away here and nobody on in the bottom of the third inning. Swift Currents battled back for a 4-3 lead thanks to a 3-run home run by Keegan Noller. Top of the third here. Sam Honke on the mound for Swift Current. This delivery is high and outside for ball 2, 2-1. Miller's Baseball brought to you by the End of the Roll Carpet Center. Gotsa League Athletic Performance. That's GAP Athletic Performance and EMJ Marketing. Elite Speakers Bureau and Strategic Marketing. This pitch inside for ball 3. 3-1 here on Pacey Phillips. 5'9", 180 out of Bismarck State is Pacey. This one fouled back. Full count on the left fielder. That one shagged by Thomas Soto. One out, none on. Here's the 3-2. And that one rolled foul down the third baseline by Phillips. Stays alive. Well, don't dress like a spectator. Dress like a fan. If you're coming out to Miller's games, you want the latest Moose Jaw Miller styles. Head down to Ultimate Fan Zone, your authentic MLB fan store for official jerseys, hats, t-shirts, hoodies, and more. Pacey draws the walk for a second time in the ball game, and Michael Rago will come to the plate here for Moose Jaw. Game day every day at UFC Ultimate Fan Zone. Michael Rago, the third baseman, comes to the plate here. Takes the first pitch inside for ball 1, 1-0. On the Hawks Agro scoreboard, the 57s lead at 4-3. 4 runs on 5 hits for Swift Current. Miller's 3 runs on 4 hits. Inside with this offering, ball 2, 2-0. Here on Michael Rago, the third baseman, first-year Miller from Bensonville, Illinois, looking at a 2-0 count. And this one laced in the air to center field. Back to make the catch is Crawford, and that's 2 away. Michael Rago flies out to the center fielder. 2 out, and Caden Ransom, the designated hitter, comes to the plate here for the Millers. Struck out looking back in the second inning. Sorry, end of the first. We're still trying to figure out what happened there. 1 on and 2 out here in the bottom of the third for Caden. 6'2", 210 outfielder from Lincoln, Nebraska, performing the DH role here tonight. And the first pitch is in for strike 1, called 0-1. First season with the Millers, batting .300. He's appeared in 4 of the Millers' 8 games. From the University of Sioux Falls. The 0-1 swung on. A roller down towards short. And the shortstop, Hector's throw to first, not fielded. Wild throws all over the diamond. That's going to score a run. Pacey Phillips scores, and the Millers have tied the ball game. An error up, charged on the 57s. Caden Ransom reaches on an error. He's to second, and we got a tied ball game here in the bottom of the third inning. And the always electrifying Ben Wallachek comes to the plate here for Moose Jaw. Things have livened up here in the third inning, for sure. One little slightly off-target throw to first caused all kinds of havoc here in the bottom of the third. And we got a tie game with a runner in scoring position for Moose Jaw. Honky delivers. And that must have hit Ben, did it? Yeah, grazed his left forearm. Ben Wallachek hit by a pitch. And now the Millers have runners at first and second as we go to the top of the order for Thomas Soto. And 2 out. Oh, and 1 the count here on Soto. 2 out, 2 on. And this one caught the outside of the strike zone. 0-2 the count here on Thomas. He grounded out to the pitcher back in the first inning, singled in the second. Big moment here for Soto. Down 0-2 in the count. Honky with a delivery. High for ball 1, 1-2 on Thomas. Fastball low and inside for ball 2, 2-2. As Soto works his way back from an 0-2 count. Thomas's 6 walks entering tonight, second most on the team. Will Edwards leads with 7. Stolen base leader is Soto with 10, trying to get on here. Here's the 2-2 from Sam Honky. This one, a roller that'll get through. Being waved around third is Caden Ransom, and he'll score. And the Millers are back on top in this one, 5-4. Around to third goes Ben Wallachek, and Thomas Soto, a run-scoring single here in the top of the third inning. Thomas Soto should be sponsored by FedEx because he always delivers. Did you know that was coming, Jenna? You started smiling as soon as I said it. Runners on the corners here in the bottom of the third inning for Chris Franks, the center fielder, and 2 away. Franks is homered tonight and doubled. This is his third at bat. 5-4 now. Millers lead in the third. Runner goes, and Soto is safe with his 11th stolen base of the season. This one low in the dirt, got away from the catcher, Bustle, and will score a run. Ben Wallachek comes across. And the Millers have gone up 6-4 in this ball game. Six runs on 5 hits, and Thomas Soto is around to third. Left-handed hitting center fielder Chris Franks at the plate here with 2 away, now a runner at third. Honky with the delivery is right down the middle for strike one, called 0-1. Millers ended the night 4-4, third place in the Eastern Division. All you got to do to make the playoffs is finish in the top 4. Swift Current 6th, and that's what makes these midweek games very important. This one, a blooper into left. That'll bounce down in front of the left fielder, Geisler, and score Soto. And it is a run-scoring double for Chris Franks, who's having a very productive night at the plate. And the Millers go up 7-4 here in the third. And that's going to prompt a mound visit. We'll step back a moment. 7-4 Millers in the third here on FloCollege Baseball.
Number 27, William Edwards.
William Edwards to the plate now, the big Aussie. For Moose Jaw's third plate appearance of the night, he is singled and struck out. Millers have put 4 runs on the board here in the third inning and not done yet with 2 away and a runner at second. That's Chris Franks. After a word with his skipper, Sam Hunky stays in the game, delivers a fastball low for ball 1, 1-0. Here's a roller down the third baseline foul. They're in the second intermission of Game 4 of the Stanley Cup. 3-3 Carolina and Vegas. Are they going? Brett Howden? I heard you. Always watching you, Gallo. One and one the count here on Will Edwards. Honky checks the runner at second. Fastball low for a ball. 2-1. Again, these two teams will meet Wednesday night in Swift Current. 7:05 first pitch. This one ripped a liner down the third base line, almost into the fans down there. A foot higher, and it would have been. Two and two, Edwards stays alive. Here's a roller down towards third. Up with it, the third baseman, Hiromoto, and his throw over the head of the first baseman. And that is going to score Chris Franks. Error being charged on the 57s there. Chris Franks scores, and the Millers with a 5-run third have gone up 8-4 in the ball game. And looks like that is the end of the line as the 57's manager, Jared Franklin, has come out of the dugout. We'll step back. 8-4 Moose Jaw in the third here on FloCollege Baseball.
Number 18, Garen Plummer.
All right, back at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. Pitching change for Swift Current. Logan Hammer comes into the game here facing a 2-out situation and a runner at second. Logan Hammer out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada, plays collegiately at Minnesota State Community and Tech College. Logan Hammer into the game, spelling off Sam Hunky. And the first pitch is high for ball one on Garen Plummer, the Millers catcher. He is the 9th batter of this third inning. Sam Honky unofficially pitched 1 2/3, allowed 5 runs on 5 hits, struck out 2. Fastball swung on, fouled back by Plummer. 1-1 is the count. Braden Bunnell, the first baseman, is on deck. Here's a roller down to short. That is fielded by Hector. It is throw to first. Unable to field it as Roggensack, and that'll score a run. And the 57s continue to have all kinds of problems defensively. It's a 4th error charged on the 57s. Garen Plummer reaches second on an error. William Edwards scores, and the Millers go up 9-4 here in the third. So 57's fielders have let down their starting pitching here tonight. There's no doubt. 9-4 the Millers lead now as Braden Bunnell comes to the plate here for Moose Jaw for a second time in this inning. Fastball delivery low and in the dirt for ball 1, 1-0. And And this one clipped Bunnell. Sounds like it went off his hip. He's hit by a pitch. And there are 2 aboard now in this 3rd inning for the Millers, as Pacey Phillips comes to the plate for a 2nd time in this inning. Pacey's walked twice already in the ball game. First pitch swinging, fouled back 0-1. Millers go on the road, as we mentioned, at Swift Current Wednesday night, at Weyburn Thursday. First visit to the hospitality capital this season for the Millers. And then the Saskatoon Berries here Friday. Doubleheader Saturday against Weyburn. This one ripped down towards second. Fielded by the second baseman Jaramillo, narrowly on time. But that'll end the threat. And we'll go to the 4th with the Millers up 9-4. You're watching WCBL Baseball on FloCollege. Top of the 4th in Moose Jaw. Jacob Glazner's still dealing on the mound for Moose Jaw. He'll face Jake Roggensack, Carson Bussell, and Chance Crawford due up for the visiting 57s. A 6-run third has put Moose Jaw in control of this one, 9-4, and spelled the end of the night for Sam Honke. Glazner here tonight has allowed 4 runs on 5 hits, as Roggensack comes to the plate for the first time tonight. Curveball drops in for strike 1, called 0-1. Roggensack flied out to the shortstop back in the 2nd inning, his only other at bat. Solid outing here for Glazner. Here's a roller down towards second. Wallachek up with that. Throw to first is in time. Some very acrobatic plays made by Ben Wallachek in the second base hole tonight. Jake Roggensack grounds out to the second baseman for 1 away. Carson Bussell to the plate here for Swift Current, their catcher out of Rapid City, South Dakota. Another from Minnesota State Community and Tech College. And another first-year 57, I believe. First pitch is inside for ball 1, 1-0. This one fouled off 1-1. When you come to a Millers game, be sure to pick up your copy of the magnetic schedule at the ticket window. Here's a roller to short. Soto up with that. Throw over to first in time. And that's 2 away. Carson Bussell grounds out to the shortstop. 2 away. Again, the magnetic schedule is available at the ticket window. Brought to you by Busted Truck Service. 2-for-1 family pizza. KCS Marketing, Prairie Spring Water, Moose Jaw Toyota. And the first pitch from Glazner in for strike one, called 0-1. Busted Truck Service. Was that your dad's company? It was, wasn't it? That's what I thought. This one tipped foul, 0-2. The count here on Chance Crawford, the center fielder. He singled and scored a run back in the third inning. 2 away here and none on as Glazner looks in for the sign here on Chance Crawford, the center fielder. From Bryan, Texas, strike 3 called, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning here in the top of the fourth. And we'll go to the bottom, due up for Moose Jaw, Rago, Ransom, and Wallachek. 9-4 the Millers lead, and you're watching WCBL baseball on FloCollege.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Have a favorite player?
I'll go with Nathan Pizio, who stole Corey Olson's number of 33.
Ooh, okay. And Corey? Corey, let's add to that. Corey, who's
All right, we're back at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. Bottom of the fourth inning, Michael Rago, Caden Ransom, and Ben Wallachek are due up for the Moose Jaw Millers, who have a 9-4 lead here, courtesy a 6-run inning in the third. 9-4 Millers lead. What do you think, Jenna? Would tonight be a good night to start Tim Hortons Millers baseball trivia? What do you think? I'll have to tab you with a question, however. I should have prepared you for that. What do you think, folks? Should we play Miller Express Tim Hortons trivia? I think that we should. Not like this game hasn't had enough going on as it is, but Logan Hammer on the mound here for Swift Current, their third pitcher used tonight. First pitch is outside for ball 1-1-0. Michael Rago at the plate for Moose Jaw, third at bat for Rago. Takes ball 2-2-0. Michael Rago, 5'10", 180, from St. Ambrose University, calls Bensonville, Illinois, home. 9-4, his Millers lead here in the fourth. And Hammer's delivery is fouled back and out of play, back out of the stadium. 2-1. The count here on Michael Rago, the third baseman, who flied out to the center fielder in his last at bat. Millers baseball brought to you by Roto's Pizza, the Mad Greek, and Heartland Financial Group. That's where 4-3 Carolina. Thank you. 4-3 Carolina leading third period in Game 4 of the Stanley Cup. Heartland Financial Group is where you will find Millers general manager Corey Olofsson in the daytime. And strike 2 called. Full count here on number 11, the third baseman, Michael Rago. Off-speed pitch is in for ball 4. A leadoff walk for Michael Rago here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And that'll bring to the plate the designated hitter, Caden Ransom, for a third time tonight. He has struck out and reached on an error in his prior plate appearances. 9-4, Moose Jaw leading, bottom of the fourth. And the first pitch is outside for ball 1-1-0. Again, the Millers' next home action Friday night when the division-leading Saskatoon Berries come to town. 7:05 first pitch here at Roswells Park. Saturday doubleheader beginning at 6 against the Weyburn Beavers. Pickoff attempt and back safely is Michael Rago. This one popped high in the air, foul territory, and out of play. A moonshot foul by Caden Ransom. 1-1 the count. Logan Hammer on the mound for Swift Current. The 1-1, low and away for ball 2, 2-1. Caden Ransom, very noticeable by his purple batting gloves. 6'2", 210 out of Lincoln, Nebraska. Here's the 2-1 from Hammer. Swung on in the air to right. And that is going to land foul. Being waved home is Michael Rago. He'll score. And it's an RBI triple by Caden Ransom, who is celebrating lustily at third base. Well, no problem with offense here tonight for the Moose Jaw Miller Express. An RBI triple for Caden Ransom. And that is his first triple of the season, first triple as a Moose Jaw Miller. And now with none away and a runner on third, Ben Wallachek comes to the plate here. And first pitch swinging in the air to right. Back to make the catch is Keaton Dickey. Ransom tags up and is safe at home with a slide. 11-4 now for the Moose Jaw Millers here in the bottom of the fourth. High fives all around from Caden Ransom.
Number 22, Thomas.
And a sac fly for Ben Wallachek. One away here in the bottom of the fourth. Top of the order we go. Thomas Soto to the plate here for Moose Jaw for his fourth at bat of the night. He scored 2 runs. Set a WCBL record last season, Thomas did, for runs scored. Two and one the count here in Thomas Soto. He's grounded out to the pitcher, singled twice here in the ball game. Three and one the count here on Soto. Base is clear, one away, and this one in, no, it's a strike 2 call from Brent Cheese Chadwick. Swung on, left field, and coming under it is Geisler, the left fielder, for 2 away. Thomas Soto flies out to the left fielder. And that will bring to the plate Chris Franks, the number 2 hitter, center fielder, who homered earlier in the ball game. It's been quite a night offensively for the Moose Jaw Millers. Chris Franks at the plate. Will Edwards is on deck. First pitch in for strike one, called 0-1. Outside for a ball, 1-1. The count here on Chris Franks. Out of town, Saskatoon Berries now a 4-1 lead at home over Medicine Hat, top of the sixth at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field in Saskatoon. Energy City, that's Edmonton, a 3-1 lead at Okotoks in the fifth. Sylvan Lake is, this one, a roller down towards first. And a race to the bag, fielded by Roggensack. Chris Franks grounds out to the first baseman to end the inning. And we'll go to the fifth with the Millers leading this one now 11-4. Due up for the 57s, Keaton Dickey, Lucas Geisler, and Anthony Hector. You're watching WCBL Tuesday Night Baseball on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
All right, back at Ross Park in Moose Jaw, Jenna Moore has come up with our Tim Hortons trivia question, our first of the season. I'll give you the ground rules. You got to write me on Twitter at Rod Peterson, RODPEDERSEN. I think I spelled my name right, at Rod Peterson. And the winner will get a $10 gift certificate, courtesy the Rod Peterson Show. How about that? Here is Jenna Moore's trivia question for tonight. How many Millers are 6'5" or taller, and can you name them? Write us now. Mentions or DMs are open at Rod Peterson. How many Millers are 6'5" and over, and who are they? Name them. Winner gets a $10 gift certificate to Tim Hortons here in Moose Jaw. Always popular game, Tim Hortons Millers trivia, which we launched last year. Outside for a strike, 1-1 the count here on the 57's right fielder, the leadoff man, number 13, Keaton Dickey. Strike two, called 1-2. Again, how many Millers are 6'5" or greater, and who are they? $10 Tim Hortons gift card is on the line. I could only name one. That's an easy one. Curveball outside for 2-2 count. Six minutes to go in the third period of Game 4 of the Stanley Cup. Carolina Hurricanes a 4-3 lead at Vegas. It's Canada after all. We're following the Stanley Cup final very closely. One thing I love about Moose Jaw, it is a hockey town. They talk at morning, noon, and night. Full count here on Keaton Dickey, the right fielder. The leadoff hitter for Swift Current. And strike three call on Keaton Dickey. And Jacob Glazner working into the fifth inning, showing no signs of slowing down. Seventh strikeout, unofficially, for Jacob Glazner on the mound here for Moose Jaw. His last start was up at Saskatoon last Thursday. First pitch in for strike one, call on Lucas Geisler, the left fielder. Off-speed pitch, swing and a miss from Geisler, 0-2. Anthony Hector is on deck. Again, Moose Jaw, Miller Express, Tim Hortons trivia. Who are the Miller players 6'5" or greater? How many and who are they? And a swing and a miss, and down goes Geisler. And that is an 8th strikeout for the starting pitcher tonight, Jacob Glazner, as the shortstop, Anthony Hector, comes to the plate here for Swift Current. Jake Hiromoto is on deck for Moose Jaw. For Swift Current. Hector tonight has struck out and singled and scored a run. 11-4, the Millers lead here in the 5th. Oh, and 2 the count here on the shortstop, Anthony Hector. From Miami, Florida, Anthony Hector plays at Cerro Coso Community College. And this one inside of the knees for ball 2, 2-2. Oh, strike 3, call. Wow, 3 up, 3 down inning in the top of the 5th. A trio of strikeouts. That's 9 for Glazner. And we'll go to the bottom of the 5th with the Millers leading 11-4. Due up for the home side, Rago, Ransom, and Wallachek. 11-4 Moose Jaw leads, and this is WCBL Baseball on FloCollege. William Edwards, Garen Plummer, and Braden Bunnell, the batting order here for the Moose Jaw Millers in the bottom of the 5th inning. 11-4, they've blown it open. Logan Hammer on the mound for the Swift Current 57s here. Will Edwards, the leadoff man. Again, Garen Plummer and Braden Bunnell due up. First pitch swinging, fouled down towards the Millers dugout. Will Edwards has singled, struck out, and reached on an error tonight for Moose Jaw. Millers baseball brought to you by Bugsies in the Town and Country Mall. Slider from Hammers in the dirt, 1-1. Miller Baseball also brought to you by Moose Jaw Carpet One, Casino Moose Jaw, and McDougall Acres, Grain X Incorporated. Another fouled off, 1-2. This one tagged into left field on the run. Back to make the catch, and a nice play by Geisler, the left fielder, for 1 away. Will Edwards flies out to the left fielder to open the 5th. Garen Plummer, the catcher, comes to the plate here for Moose Jaw with Braden Bunnell on deck. Millers and 57s will meet again tomorrow night, Wednesday night in Swift Current. And then Moose Jaw will mosey on down to Weyburn for a Thursday night clash with the Beavers. Back here Friday night against Saskatoon. They certainly put the miles on, don't they? First pitch pulled foul down the third base line. 0-1 the count on Garen Plummer. Slider in for strike two, called 0-2. Fastball in the dirt. 1-2 the count on the catcher, Garen Plummer. Sophomore at Fairleigh Dixon University calls Wichita, Kansas home. Another low for ball two, 2-2. This one hit in the air to shallow right. On the run to make the catch is the right fielder, Keaton Dickey, for two away. Garen Plummer flies out to the right fielder, and that will bring up Braden Bunnell, the first baseman, with Pacey Phillips on deck. Logan Hammer settling in here for Swift Current, the relief pitcher, the third arm they've used tonight. Logan Hammer out of Calgary, Alberta. First pitch in for ball 1-1-0. Braden Bunnell tonight has walked, lined out to center, and been hit by a pitch. This one swung out in the air to right. Keaton Dickey doesn't have to move much. He'll make the catch, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Millers in the bottom of the fifth. We'll go to the top of the sixth there in Moose Jaw. Due up for Swift Current, Jake Hiramoto, Keegan Noller, and Malachi Jaramillo. 11-4 the Millers lead on FloCollege baseball.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Back at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw, Jacob Glazner pitching into the sixth inning. Tonight's starter for the Millers out of Apache Junction, Arizona. Wonderful suburb of Phoenix on the east side of the 101. Hello to the Glazner crew tuned in from Arizona tonight. What a start for Jacob. Jake Hiramoto will lead it off, the third baseman for Swift Current. Keegan Noller and Malachi Jaramillo due up here for the visitors, who briefly had a 4-3 lead back in the third inning, but the Millers have exploded for an 11-4 lead here as we open the sixth. The first pitch in low at the knees for Hiramoto, 1-0. Waning moments of Game 4 of the Stanley Cup. Vegas trailing Carolina 4-3. 2 minutes to go in that one. Carolina leading at Vegas 4-3, trying to tie the series up 2-2. Two and one the count here on Hiramoto. He scored one of the 4 57's runs here tonight. This one swung on, and it'll get by the diving Michael Rego for a base hit. And it's a leadoff single for Jake Hiramoto here in the 6th. Keegan Noller will come to the plate. He was the starting pitcher for Swift Current, lasted an inning, but he blasted a 3-run homer back in the 3rd. From Tecumseh, Ontario. First pitch is inside at the knees, 1-0, the offering from Glazner. Three and 0 the count here on Keegan Noller, the designated hitter. Oh, strike one called from Brent Chadwick, the home plate umpire. 3-1. Noller was almost away to first. Jake Hiramoto at first. None out here in the top of the 6th. And a swing and a miss from Noller. Now we got a full count. Glazner has battled back. Here comes the full count pitch from the lefty. Swung on and fouled back over the backstop. Noller stays alive at 3-2. Ooh, strike 3 called. Noller goes down looking. And he has a word for the home plate umpire, Brent Chadwick, as Noller goes down looking. That's one away here. Unofficially the 9th strikeout for the starting pitcher Glazner here tonight, as Malachi Jaramillo, the second baseman, comes to the plate. Hawaii product takes the first pitch in for strike 1, called 0-1. 9 strikeouts for Glazner, rung up here in the 6th inning. And a swing and a miss, and down in the count 0-2 is Jaramillo, the second baseman. This is his 3rd at bat. Tonight he is singled and flied out to center. This one swung on, foul down the first base line. It'll land about 6 feet foul. 0-2 the count on Malachi Jaramillo. Final score from Vegas, Carolina 5, Vegas 3, and the series is all tied up 2-2. Heading back to Raleigh. Game 5 goes Thursday. Here's a roller to short. Thomas Soto up with that. Throw to first, and Bunnell couldn't handle it. And we got runners on the corners here with one away. Jaramillo reaches first. And it's an error charged on Soto. So now, runners on the corners for Swift Current, one away, and the first baseman, Jake Roggensack, comes to the plate here for Swift. And the first pitch is outside for ball one, 1-0. Lights on here at Ross Wells Park, and it's an 11-4 Moose Jaw lead, but the 57's threatening here. And this one laced on the ground into right field. That'll score a run. Run scoring single for Jake Roggensack. Hiramato comes across. And it's 11-5 now. And we got a mound visit from Jeff Freeborn. We'll step back a moment. 11-5 Moose Jaw leads in the sixth here on FloCollege Baseball.
Number 14, Carson Bussell.
Carson Bussell, the catcher, comes to the plate for the Swift Current 57s here. Now down 6, and they got runners at first and second with one away. Bussell tonight has struck out and grounded out to short. Chance Crawford is on deck. First pitch swinging and a miss, 0-1. This one fouled off, 0-2 the count here on Bussell. The catcher out of Rapid City, South Dakota. Another from Minnesota State Community and Tech College. 0-2. And a swing and a miss, and down he goes for 2 away. 10th strikeout of the ball game for Glazner. And the center fielder, number 8 hitter, Chance Crawford, will come to the plate here for the 57s with Keaton Dickey on deck. 2 away now, and runners at first and second. Glazner trying to end the threat here. And a swing and a miss from Crawford, 0-1. One and one the count on the center fielder, Chance Crawford. Make that 2-1 on the product of Bryan, Texas. He plays collegiately at East Texas Baptist University. Chance Crawford tonight has singled and struck out. Here's the 2-1 and a swing and a miss. Make it 2-2. High for a ball, and it's a full count here on the center fielder. Keaton Dickey is on deck. 2 away here in the top of the 6th inning. Runners on first and second for Swift Current. Glazner looks in for the sign. And the lefty comes set. Got him with a curve. 11th strikeout of the ball game for Jacob Glazner. The 57s will leave 2 on, and we'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning with the Miller Express leading 11-5. And you're watching WCBL Baseball here on FloCollege.
Tickets on
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Back at Ross Wells Park in Moose Jaw, we're still looking for the trivia winner from Jenna. We're starting out. She's a tough one. Her trivia question, our first Tim Hortons Miller Express Trivia of the Year. Who are the three, well, there's a hint. Who are the three players 6'5" and greater on this Miller's roster? Well, I'll give you one. We all know Weston Walls is one. We'll give you that. The big Texan from Terrell, Texas, the pecan farmer. Weston Walls is one of the three. Who are the other two Millers that are 6'5" or greater? Write me on Twitter, at Rod Peterson. You'll win a $10 Miller Tim Hortons gift card. Pacey Phillips, Michael Rago, and Caden Ransom are due up. Thank you, Kip Ransom, for the update on the empty netter from Carolina, winning 5-3 at Vegas in Game 4 of the Stanley Cup. First pitch is high and outside for ball one, 1-0 here on Pacey Phillips, who has walked twice tonight and grounded out to the second baseman. 1-1 the count here on Pacey out of Bismarck State. Make that 2-1. Lively crowd in the ballpark here tonight. We'll do it again as far as home games go Friday with the Saskatoon Berries in town. Had a couple of epic playoff series. This one got away from Hammer, 3-1. Epic playoff series here in my time calling Miller's games against these Saskatoon Berries. There will be no Carter Beck in their lineup when they come to town Friday night. Fastball swung on and fouled back and out of play. Sends the kids racing. Foul ball for Elk Ridge Glass. Three and two the count here on Pacey Phillips, and this one is inside for ball four, and Pacey Phillips will take his first base. And that'll bring to the plate the third baseman, Michael Rago.
Number 11, Michael Rago.
There is action in the Miller's bullpen. Jacob Glazner has worked 6 complete so far and looking stellar. Strike one called here on Rago, 0-1. Chased that one, swing and a miss. 0-2 the count on the third baseman. Out of Bensonville, Illinois. The 1-2 is chopped foul down the third baseline. And Rago stays alive at 1-2. 11-5, the Millers lead here in the 6th inning. Runner on first and none away. Michael Rago, the third baseman, is at the plate. High and outside with this delivery from Logan Hammer, 2-2. This one swung on high in the air to center. On the run straight ahead is the center fielder Crawford to make the catch and one away. Michael Rago flies out to the center fielder. And one away here in the bottom of the sixth as Caden Ransom comes to the plate here for Moose Jaw. He has struck out, reached on an air, and tripled tonight for Moose Jaw, and he scored a pair of runs. Caden Ransom out of Lincoln, Nebraska, his fourth at bat. One out and one on in the bottom of the sixth inning. Logan Hammer on the mound for Swift Current. Runner goes, throw down to second, and safe with the head first slide is Pacey Phillips. Miller's Baseball brought to you in part by Jump.ca and SaskTel, Culligan Water, which is tonight's game sponsor. Roto's Pizza and Pace Construction. Off-speed pitch in for strike one, called 1-1. And this one hit Ransom off his left forearm, and he'll take first base. And now there are two on and one out here in the bottom of the sixth inning as the number 9 hitter, Ben Wallachek, comes to the plate here for Moose Jaw. First pitch on Wallachek is in high for ball one, 1-0. Two and 0 here on Wallachek. Three straight pitches, 3-0 the count on Wallachek. Seventh inning now in Saskatoon. Barry's up 4-1 on Medicine Hat. Seventh inning in Sylvan Lake. The Gulls lead Lethbridge 6-1, and Energy City and Okotoks tied 4-4 at Siemens Stadium in Okotoks. The Weyburn-Regina game postponed due to weather. A 4-pitch walk drawn by Ben Wallachek, and the bases are loaded here in the bottom of the sixth inning, and one away. And a mound visit for Swift Current. Stoppage in play for Canadian Tire. We'll step back a moment. 11-5. Miller's lead in the sixth inning on FloCollege baseball.
Number 22, Thomas Soto.
Top of the order, Thomas Soto comes to the plate here for the Moose Jaw Millers with his club in the lead, 11-5. Thomas today has grounded out to the pitcher, recorded back-to-back singles, and flied out to the left fielder. And the first pitch got away from Hammer, 1-0 the count here on Thomas. Four-year man, perennial all-star from the University of Texas at Dallas. Looking forward to seeing his family when they come up later this summer. Annual pilgrimage to the Band City. 2-0 on Soto. They'll get to enjoy, I'm assuming, a trip to Saskatoon for another all-star game appearance for Thomas. He's been in the last two. Inside for ball 3, 3-0. Bases loaded here, one out, bottom of the sixth inning. Ball 4 on Soto. That'll force in Pacey Phillips for a 12-5 Millers lead.
Number 4, Chris.
Thomas Soto draws the walk, and Chris Franks, the center fielder, will come to the plate here for the Millers in the bottom of the 6th. 5 errors committed by Swift Current tonight, a big reason why they trail 12-5 here in the 6th. First pitch swinging from Franks, swing and a miss, 0-1. Chris Franks, first-year Miller from Ashland University. Number 2 hitter. Tonight has homered. His second of the season. And this one swung on, back to the wall, and off the wall. That's going to score Ransom. And 2 more. Wallachuk scores. Soto scores. And it is a 3-run triple for Chris Franks here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Number 27, William Edwards.
Well, the Millers, who exploded for 17 runs in their last outing Sunday at Medicine Hat in a 17-13 win, have put 15 on the board here tonight and have a 15-5 lead over the visiting 57s. Will Edwards at the plate here for Moose Jaw is looking at a 3-0 count. And Edwards draws the walk. Logan Hammer not happy with himself here, as Garen Plummer will come to the plate here for the Millers.
Play for 54 Dental.
That'll be the end of the line for Logan Hammer. We get a pitching change for Swift Current. We'll step back a minute. The Millers are up 15-5, and you're watching WCBL Baseball on FloCollege.
Number 18, Garen Plummer.
All right, pitching change for the Swift Current 57s. A.J. Aruda is coming into the game here for the 57s, trailing 15-5. He's from Lihu, Hawaii, plays at Pacific University. A.J. Aruda on the mound for Swift Current. Garen Plummer comes to the plate here for the Millers, the first-year catcher. And the first pitch is in for ball 1-0. Garen Plummer from Wichita, Kansas. There are 2 out. Chris Franks was thrown out at third trying to leg out a triple. But the 3 runs scored, and that's put the Millers up 15-5. So 2 out here in the 6th for Moose Jaw, a runner on. Here's a liner towards short. Throw over to second from the shortstop, Hector, in time. And that will end the inning, but not before the Millers put 4 on the board. They lead 15-5, and we'll go to the 7th. Due up for the 57s, Dickey, Geisler, and Hector. And you are watching WCBL Baseball on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Pitching change for the Millers. Coming into the game, number 31, Daniel Concepcion. Calgary product. On the mound here for Moose Jaw, Jacob Glazner leaves with his team in control 15-5. He worked 6 complete, allowed 5 runs, 8 hits, and struck out 11. Quite a night for Jacob Glazner, the second-year Miller out of Apache Junction, Arizona. So to the 7th inning we go. Keaton Dickey is the leadoff man for Swift Current, the right fielder. Lucas Geisler and Anthony Hector due up for the 57s. Daniel Concepcion making his first appearance of the season for the Millers here tonight. And the first pitch is in high for ball 1-0 as Garen Plummer comes out for a word with his young pitcher. Fastball from Concepcion is outside for, no, strike one call, 1-1. Keaton Dickey tonight is 0-2 at the plate. This is his 3rd at bat. He's struck out twice. This one is inside and low for ball 2, 2-1. And a swing and a miss from Dickey, 2-2. a swing and a miss, and down goes Keaton Dickey for his third strikeout of the night. Top of the order we go. The number 1 hitter, the left fielder, number 23, Lucas Geisler, comes to the plate, the left-handing hitter from Balcarres, Sask, Lucas Geisler. Anthony Hector is on deck. High and outside with the first delivery from Concepcion, 1-0. That one plunked Geisler off his right ankle. He's a hit batsman, and he'll go to first base, and that'll bring to the plate the shortstop, number 1, Anthony Hector, with Jake Hiramoto on deck. Miller's looking for the win tonight to go above 500 for the first time since the opening weekend of the regular season. A win would put him at 5-4 and in a tie for second place in the Eastern Division. Jake Steffes is the pinch hitter here. Number 50, Jake Steffes is the pinch hitter for the 57s. Hitting in the number 2 spot in place of Anthony Hector. 1 away and 1 on here in the top of the 7th inning. Lucas Geisler is aboard after being hit by a pitch. Daniel Concepcion is the Moose Jaw pitcher. Calgary product, and this one is inside at the letters for 2-1. Two and two, the count here on Jake Steffes at bat for Swift Current. From Katy, Texas, watches ball 3, 3 and 2. Jake Steffes from Katy, Texas. That is a suburb of Houston. The hometown of Bo Levi Mitchell, Katy, Texas. Famed CFL quarterback. Jake plays at East Texas Baptist University, and he takes ball 4, and 2 are aboard here on the top of the 7th inning for Swift Current. As Jake Hiramoto comes to the plate here for the 57s. Runners at first and second now for the visitors as Concepcion stands, hand on his hip, and looks in for the sign. High with this one for ball 1 on Hiramoto. 4th at bat for Hiramoto. He's 2 for 3. Two and 0 the count here on Hiramoto. Three and 0 is Concepcion, and his Miller's debut is having some location issues here tonight. 3 and 0 is the count here as he tries to avoid loading the bases in the 7th. And strike one called. Caught the inside edge. 3-1. And umpire Brent Chadwick jumps out and calls time here. Now we're set to go. 3-1 the count here on Hiramoto, the number 3 hitter for Swift Current. Runners at first and second. And one away. Here's the delivery. High for a ball, and the bases are loaded here in the top of the 7th inning, and that brings out the pitching coach, Jeff Freeborn. We'll take a break here in Moose Jaw. 15-5, the Millers lead in the 7th on FloCollege.
Number 34, Keegan Nolan.
Keegan Nolan at the plate for the Swift Current 57s here. The bases are loaded, and he's dangerous. He erupted for a 3-1 blast back in the 3rd inning. Daniel Concepcion's first pitch is inside for ball 1, 1-0. The Calgary product in his Roswell's debut here is in a bind. One away and the bases loaded in the 7th. And strike one called, 1-1. Miller's Baseball brought to you by Canadian Tire Moose Jaw, C&E Mechanical, and Deja Vu Cafe downtown Moose Jaw. Have yet to hit that this summer. You been there lately, Jenna? Nah. She's a mad Greek girl. Swing and a miss from Noller. 1-2. And this one swung on in the air to right. Will Edwards back, and he can't make the catch on it. That's going to score 2. Play at the plate, and safe at home is Jake Hiramoto. Check that, Jake Steffes. 2-run single for Keegan Noller, who's been hot at the plate tonight. And it's now 15-7 for the Millers in the 7th inning. And the 57s have runners at first and second as Malachi Jaramillo, the second baseman, comes to the plate. 2-run single for Keegan Noller. And tagged out trying to steal second is Noller. Nice alert play by the catcher, Garen Plummer, and that's 2 away. To third goes Jake Hiramoto, however. And Malachi Jaramillo, the second baseman, is at the plate here for Swift Current with a runner in scoring position. And 2 away now. Concepcion's offering is in the dirt. 2-0 on Jaramillo. Two and 1, the count of the second baseman from Hawaii, who's tonight is singled, flied out to center field, and reached on an error. 2 away, and a runner on third as Concepcion comes set. And delivers, check swing, didn't go. 3-1 the count here on the batter, Malachi Jaramillo. Jake Roggensack is on deck here for Swift Current. Little mini 1-game homestand for the Millers tonight. They'll be at Swift Current Wednesday night. At Weyburn Thursday before coming home to the Saskatoon Berries on Friday. And a walk drawn by the second baseman, Malachi Jaramillo. Runners on the corners now as Roggensack, the first baseman, comes to the plate. We got a pitching change, it looks like, for CNS Builders. And that's the end of the line for Concepcion. We'll be back 15-7 now, the Millers lead in the 7th on FloCollege. Pitching change for the Moose Jaw Miller Express out of the CNS Builders bullpen. Rylan Caplet-Tarrant comes in for the Millers. With his team leading 15-7 here in the 7th inning, the 57s have runners on first and third and 2 out. And the first pitch is in the dirt, 1-0. At the plate for the 57s is the first baseman, Jake Roggensack. Carson Bussell is on deck. Third pitcher used for the Millers tonight. Caplet-Tarrant wasting no time. Swing and a miss from Roggensack, 1-1. Rylan Caplet-Tarrant is a Moose Jaw product. Big cheer for him when he came into the game. Plays at Southeast Illinois. This one outside for ball 2, 2-1. Throw over to first, and back safely is Jaramillo. And this outside for ball 3, 3-1. Caplet-Tarrant making his third appearance of the season as a 15.00 ERA. Started one game, but comes in tonight in a relief role. And he walks the bases loaded here. And Carson Bussell, the catcher, will come to the plate here for Swift Current. Hiromoto on third, Jaramillo on second, and Roggensack on first. That is a mouthful. And the catcher, Carson Bussell, comes to the plate here. He's 0 for 3 at the plate tonight. Carson Bussell calls Rapid City, South Dakota home. 2 out and the bases loaded here in the 7th. Swung on, popped up, not playable. And it's off the ticket office here for strike 1, 0-1 off the foul ball. inside for ball 1-1-1 on the batter. Carson Bussell. Chance Crawford's on deck here for Swift Current. Bases loaded and 2 away in the 7th inning. The lefty delivers, swung on, fouled into the Millers dugout. 1-2 the count on the catcher, Bussell. Two and two the count here on Bussell as Kaplent Tarrant straightens his cap and looks in for the sign. The 2-2 ripped into left field, and that'll get down for a base hit and score a pair. A 2 RBI single for Carson Bussell scores Hiromoto and Jaramillo, and the Millers' lead's been cut to 15-9 here in the 7th inning. The 57s have put 4 across the plate here in the 7th. And Chance Crawford comes to the plate here, the center fielder. Getting a little too close for comfort here as the 57s have clawed back. Here's a bunt laid down, rolling foul. Michael Rago, the third baseman, could see it going that way. 2 out, 2 on here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and Swift Current is not going away. At the plate is Chance Crawford, the 9th batter of this inning for the 57s. This one popped up in the air. On the run is Pacey Phillips, and he'll make the catch down the third base line. Chance Crawford flies out to left, and that will end the threat. And we will go to the bottom of the 7th inning with the Millers leading at 15-9. Bunnell, Phillips, and Rago are due up for the Millers. And you're watching WCBL Baseball on FloCollege.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
One up this time. Right foot 2 stomps. Left foot 2 stomps.
All right, back at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw, things have gotten interesting. The Millers at one time had a 15-5 lead. It's now 15-9 as they go to the bottom of the 7th inning. A.J. Arruda is on the mound for the Swift Current 57s here as they try to claw back. But first, they'll need some defense as the first baseman, number 32, Braden Bunnell, will lead it off here in the bottom of the 7th inning for the black and yellow. Pacey Phillips and Michael Rago due up for Moose Jaw. As Arudo looks in for the sign here and delivers. Side armor is inside at the knees for ball 1-1-0. A.J. Arudo, 5'6", 150 out of Lahu, Hawaii. Delivers this one right down the pipe for strike one called, 1-1. Braden Bennell tonight is lined out to center, flied out to right, walked and been hit by a pitch. This is his 5th at bat. Mandan, North Dakota product, takes this one in for called strike 2, 1-2. Swung on and tip foul, 1-2. The count here on Bunnell. He's appeared in 6 of the Millers' 8 games this season. Played every one at home. Here's the 1-2. A roller down towards second. Fielded by Jaramillo in time and one away.
Number 9.
Pacey Phillips, the left fielder, comes to the plate here for the Millers with one away in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the Millers out to this big 15-9 lead. First pitch in for strike one, called 0-1. Pacey tonight has walked twice, grounded out to the second, walked 3 times as a matter of fact, and grounded out to the second baseman. It's his 5th at bat. This one gets past the catcher, Bustle, for a ball, 1-1. They're still going in Saskatoon. The Berries have a 6-1 lead over Medicine Hat. That's in the bottom of the 9th. Sorry, top of the 9th. One final from Sylvan Lake. Gulls over the Bulls, 6-1 at a Lethbridge. Battle of 2 of the top teams in the Western Division. One and 2 the count here on Pacey Phillips. And hits strike 3 call and no even argument from Pacey. Down he goes for 2 away. And Michael Rego, the Italian third baseman, comes to the plate here for the Millers in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Bensonville, Illinois product, Michael Rego, has been busy at third base tonight for the Millers. 2 out, none on here in the bottom of the 7th, facing A.J. Aruda on the mound here for Swift Current. One and one on Rego. Caden Ransom on deck, followed by Ben Wallachik here in the Millers' 7th. And a swing and a miss from Rego, 1 and 2. Millers baseball brought to you in part by Westrom Lumber, Tim Hortons, and Sask Pork. 1 and 2 the count on the third baseman, Michael Rego. Off-speed pitch, high for a ball, 2 and 2. This one hit on the ground to second. Up with it the second baseman Yaramillo. Throw over in time, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Michael Rago grinds out to the second baseman, and we'll go to the 8th with the Millers leading 15-9. And due up for the 57s, Dickey, Geisler, and Steffes. We'll be back in a moment. It's Tuesday night WCBL baseball on FloCollege.
Leading off for Swift Current, number 13, Keaton Dickey.
To the 8th we go here in Moose Jaw. The friendly city. Miller's out front 15-9, and Kevin Dickey is the leadoff man here, the number 9 hitter and right fielder for the Swift Current 57s. Takes the first pitch in for strike one, called 0-1. Ryland Caplet-Tarrant is on the mound here for the Moose Jaw Millers, hometown boy. Swing and a miss from Dickey, and he's down in the count 0-2. He has struck out thrice tonight for Swift Current. This is his 4th at bat. Keaton Dickey out of Calgary, Alberta. Watches this one in for ball 1, high and outside, 1-2. Keaton Dickey plays at Minnesota State Community and Tech College. One of 3 players from that school on this Swift Current team. Logan Hammer and Carson Bussell, the others. 2-2 the count here on Keaton Dickey. It'll be a big win for the Millers to get if they could. Would put them above 500. And wins over Swift Current key in this Eastern Division. The 2-2 swung on and fouled off. Dickey stays alive. 2-2. Ooh, Dickey has come back in the count, 3-2 here. And here's the payoff pitch from Ryland Caplet-Tarrant. On in the relief role here for the Millers, 3rd pitcher used for Moose Jaw. Swung on, fouled off by Dickey, 3-2. Sterling effort by Jacob Glazner starting the game for Moose Jaw tonight. He went 6, struck out 11, and allowed 5 runs on 8 hits. Full count delivery is low and in the dirt, and Dickey comes back to draw the walk. Leadoff walk for the right fielder, and Lucas Geisler will come to the plate here. The number 1 hole hitter for the 57s with Jake Steffes on deck. 22. Cohen Jorgensen pinch hitting here for Swift Current at the top of the 8th inning. Cohen Jorgensen.
Number 22, Cohen Jorgensen.
Throw over and back in time is Dickey. Cohen Jorgensen pinch hitting for the number 1 hitter, Lucas Geisler. Here's a roller towards second. Wallachek up with that. Throw to first in time for one away. Colin Jorgensen grounds out to the second baseman. One out, and Jake Steffes will come to the plate here. The Katy, Texas product. Went to a high school football game in Katy, Texas a few years back. They had quite a high school stadium there. Rago fields this grounder from the hot corner. Throw over in time for two away.
Number 33, Jake Hiramoto.
The third baseman, Jake Hiramoto, comes to the plate here for Swift Current. Now 2 out and a runner at second. Top of the 8th inning. Miller's up 15-9. This one popped up. Shallow right. Wallachek back, and he will make the catch to retire the side. Hiramoto flies out to second. And we'll go to the bottom of the 8th with the Millers up 15-9. And you're watching it all on FloCollege Baseball.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
What is it? 40? Bottom of the 8th inning, we got a pitching change here for Swift Current. Number 40, Benjamin Cole comes into the game. He is the 5th pitcher used by the head coach Jared Franklin tonight. Benjamin Cole from Everett, Washington, out of Wenatchee Valley College. He comes in with his 57s, trailing this one 15-9. And the batting order for the Millers looks like this. Caden Ransom, Ben Wallachek, and Thomas Soto due up as the Millers look to close this thing out tonight. Lincoln, Nebraska's Caden Ransom comes to the plate here for Moose Jaw in the bottom of the 8th inning. 5th at bat for Caden, the 6'2", 210 outfielder. Check swing on the first one, taken for strike one, 0-1. The count here on Caden. Sidearm delivery, a roller down to first. That is fielded by Roggensack himself, the first baseman. Caden Ransom grounds out to the first baseman to lead off the 8th, the Millers' 8th. And that'll bring to the plate the second baseman, Ben Wallachek. Inside of the knees for ball one, 1-0. Benjamin Cole with that left-handed sidearm delivery here for the 57s. 5'11", 190. And this one right in the same spot, 2-0 the count. Second appearance of the season for Cole. This one drops in for strike one. 2-1 the count here on Wallachek. And the curveball drops in for strike two, called 3-2. It's a full count here on Ben Wallachek. Gentlemen, is it Cole Benjamin or Benjamin Cole? Benjamin Cole. Okay. Thank you. This one fouled down the third base line, 3-2. Ben Wallachek stays alive. This one tagged on a grounder to short. And that one was fielded by Hector, but his throw across is not in time. The speedy Ben Wallachek legs it out, and he's safe with a single here at the bottom of the eighth inning. And that'll take us to the top of the order. And Thomas Soto comes to the plate here for the Millers with his team leading 15-9. And 1 out, 1 on. The switch hitting, Thomas Soto will hit from the right side of the plate here against the lefty, Cole. Thomas tonight is grounded out to the pitcher, singled twice, flied out to left, and walked. So it's his sixth at bat. Wallachek the threat to steal, but he's held there by the catcher, Bustle. 0-1 the count on Soto. This one in low for ball one, 1-1. The 1-1 from Cole is inside for ball two, 2-1. Here in game number 9 of the season. Miller's up 15-9 here in the bottom of the eighth inning. Cole checks the runner at first. And now delivers, and that is strike two called on Soto, 2-2. It was quite the look Thomas gave Chadwick. He said, "Are you sure?" The 2-2 is fouled off by Soto. And Thomas stays alive here. 1 out, 1 on in the bottom of the eighth. Chris Franks is on deck here for the Millers. Runner goes. The pitch is in behind Thomas. Oh, Ben was thinking about heading to third, but he's held up at second. It's a stolen base for Ben Wallachek. And a full count on Thomas Soto. 3-2 count. Big lead from Wallachek, and this Pitch is outside for ball 4. And Thomas was thinking about stealing second, but he's held up there. Runners on the corners for the Millers here in the bottom of the 8th. Soto draws the walk, and Chris Franks will come to the plate here, the center fielder for the Millers. And Wallachuk heads to second. Runners at second and third now, as that first pitch is in for a ball, 1-0 on Chris Franks. First-year Miller from Worcester, Ohio. (15-9). Moose Jaw leads here in the 8th as Cole looks in for the sign. Changes it up. And this curve gets away from him inside for ball 2, 2-0. Will Edwards is on deck for the Millers. Swung on in the air to left. Tagging up is Wallachuk. And he'll score. And it's a sac fly for Chris Franks. 2 away, but the Millers now lead 16-9 in the bottom of the 8th. And William Edwards comes to the plate now for Moose Jaw, with Garen Plummer on deck. 3 runs scored for Ben Wallachuk tonight. The kid has a nose for home plate. Will Edwards, the right fielder at the plate now for Moose Jaw, his 5th plate appearance. First pitch from Cole is low and inside for a ball, 1-0. Will Edwards tonight is singled, struck out, reached on an error, flied out to left, and walked. Curveball in for strike 1, called 1-1 on Will Edwards. He led the Millers in hits and batting average last year, All-Star season. Here's the 1-1. That is low and inside for a ball. 2-1 as Thomas Soto heads down to third. Three and 1 the count here on Will Edwards. And that curve drops in for ball 4, and Will Edwards draws the walk here. And the Millers have runners on the corners as we'll have a mound visit here for the 57s.
Stoppage in play for 54 Dental.
Okay, we're back in the job. Pitching change for Swift Current. Sammy Chow comes into the game. 6th pitcher used for Swift Current. And he's facing Garen Plummer, the catcher, and the first pitch is in for strike one called, 0-1. Sammy Chow is from Lethbridge, Alberta, and he pitches at Missouri Valley College. 2 out runners on the corners. This one tagged into center field, and back to make the catch is Chance Crawford to end the inning. And we will go to the 9th with the Millers leading it 16-9, and due up for the 57s, Noller, Jaramillo, and Roggensack. 16-9 Millers going to the 9th here on FloCollege Baseball.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Top of the 9th at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. We have a pitching change for the black and yellow. Coming into the game, number 29, Jacob Keelays comes into the game for the Millers with his team leading 16-9. And hello to the Keelays family tuned in from Wallkill, New York. Watching on FloCollege Baseball. Great family, great supporters of Jacob, looking to close this thing out here in what would be a key win for the Millers to get. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but 5-4 record would look nice, and a very nice maiden season being put together by Michael Gonzalez, the first-year coach here in Moose Jaw, the long-time assistant, Michael Gonzalez. Doing a great job leading these young men. First pitch from Keelays is in for ball 1. Keegan Noller, the designated hitter, is at the plate here for Swift Current. He had a 3-run homer back in the 3rd inning. He yanks this one foul. 1-1 the count here on Keegan Noller. Two and 1 the count on Noller. According to the stats, this is the 2nd appearance for Keelays this season. Oh, and a hit batsman here. He plunked Noller on his left hip. And the leadoff batter will take first base here in the 9th for Swift Current. Malachi Jaramillo comes to the plate here for Swift Current, the 2nd baseman out of Hawaii. Again, Jacob Keelays looking to close this thing out here. Fastball is fouled off. Strike 1 on Jaramillo. 5th at bat for him. He is singled, flied out to center, reached on an error, and walked for the 57s. Check swing didn't go. 1-1. Quick turnaround for these clubs as they will meet Wednesday night at Mitchell Field in Swift Current. The 1-1 swung on and fouled back out of play. This one popped up in the air. Soto waves everybody off, and he makes the catch for one away. Jaramillo flies out to the shortstop. One out. And the first baseman, Jake Roggensack, comes to the plate here for the Swift Current 57s. First pitch swinging, fouled off the backstop, 0-1. Jacob Keeley's 6'4", 205 from Wallkill, New York. He plays at Mitchell College. This is his third year here, Jenna? I feel like it is. Yeah. We had a lot of players from Mitchell College at one time. 0-2 the count here on Roggensack. One out, one on. This one popped up, fouled out of play. Oh, and 2 the count on the first baseman, Jake Roggensack. From Wainwright, Alberta, plays with the Edmonton Redhawks. And this one fouled back and out of play. Another one fouled off by the first baseman. First ball here on Roggensack. 1-2 the count. And a swing and a miss, and down goes Roggensack. That's 2 away. And the 57's down to their final out here. The catcher, Carson Bussell, number 14, comes to the plate here for Swift Current. Rapid City, South Dakota product. Carson Bussell, the number 7 hitter. Chance Crawford's on deck. Fourth at bat for Bussell. He is struck out, grounded out to short, struck out again, and singled. First delivery from Keeley's is outside for ball 1, 1-0. Big cut from Bussell, swing and a miss, 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. And the 57's down to their final strike. Jacob Keeley is looking to close this thing out here tonight. 1-2 the count on the catcher, Carson Bussell. 2 out, 1 on. And here's the delivery. Swing and a miss, and got him. And the Moose Jaw Miller Express hang on, and for the first time since opening weekend are above 500 as they improve to 5-4, while the visiting 57s drop to 2-7, but not without putting up a hell of a fight here tonight at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. One more time, your final, the Moose Jaw Millers 16, and the visiting Swift Current 57s 9. These two teams will meet Wednesday night at Mitchell Field in Swift Current. We'll see you back here Friday night when the Saskatoon Berries come to town. For Jenna Moore, this is Rod Peterson saying so long, everybody, from Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw.